Hello everyone, so you've bought yourself a Dimplex Optimyst fire and I have got the Dimplex Bayport model and the mist or the flames are not working. That's exactly what happened to me. I have already also made a video about how to make sure that you maintain, clean your fire and take some initial steps, which are changing potentially the lamps and also the transducer. If that doesn't work, then it might be that it is the fan. So in this video, I just want to take you through step by step on what to do with diagnosing that problem and then replacing the fan in your fire. So in the Dimplex Optimyst fires, they have these little motorised fans that are connected very simply with a tiny little push-in plug. You can get these very easily online, and basically what happens is the little fan inside just turns around, and that's what enables the mist to come up and actually creates that mist. So this has to work in order for your fire to work. Now, if your fire is under warranty, then Dimplex will send you one of these for free to see if it can get it working again. But you can also easily get these online. So I have seen them on Amazon, I've seen them on eBay, and also spare part companies. So they're very easy to come by, and they all seem to have a similar look. They're made by Sanley. And it is a DC brushless blower, but you need to just make sure that you're obviously replacing like with like. So when you take your fan out, you make sure you order the correct one to replace it with. But if you do need to replace the fan, then I am going to show you exactly what you need to do for the Bayport model, but a lot of the Optimyst fires have a similar setup, so I hope that it is going to help you. Can I just add to that I am not an electrician. I chose not to get a Dimplex engineer to come out and do this. I could have, but it would have cost about £100. That wasn't something that I wanted to do. I felt that I could do this myself safely, and I absolutely did, and you can do it too.
If you're not sure whether your fan is working, then what you can do is take the fuel bed out and then turn your fire on. Make sure that the flames are set to come up, and then just very carefully touch the fan. If you can get your finger down there, just touch the fan and see if you can feel a vibration, and then just have a really close listen and see if you can hear it at all. If you can't hear or feel any vibration coming up, then that means that it probably isn't working and that you should replace it. Firstly, make sure your fire is switched off and unplugged. Then unscrew the 2 screws on the front of the misting unit until they are loose. Then gently lift the misting unit up and move it to the side. The fan is on the right hand side, and behind it are the wires connected with a green and white connector. You need to disconnect it by gently pulling it apart. On top of the fan is a little black clip which you push back and then lift the fan out. When you pull it out, you can see that the green connector in the wires fed into a little hole at the bottom. It was hard to film this, but you take your new fan and feed the green connector and the wires through the hole. Pull them up so you can see what you're doing. Then push the new fan into its position past the black retaining clip. Connect the green connector into the white connector. It can only go in one way. Then tuck the wires back in behind. Then you need to place the misting unit back into position and screw the screws back in. Pop the air filter back in front of the fan. The next step is to put the transducer back into the white bottom tank and then connect the wire back up. Make sure the wire is well away from the transducer. Next, add the top part of the tank and the orange tank filled with filtered water. Finally, put the fuel bed back into position.
So once you've replaced the fan, it's really important just to wait 15 minutes before you switch it on, because it does need to reset itself, and it could make all the difference and mean the difference between it working or not. So just leave it 15 minutes, be a bit patient before you switch it on and check that it's working. So I replaced the fan completely and the transducer in my fire, and it is now working perfectly, and I'm really happy. I think that they are both really easy steps that you can take to change yourself. I think with an Optimyst fire there's obviously maintenance involved, and it might be that you need to replace those parts again. So if you can, if your fire is out of warranty, it is a good idea to perhaps have a backup of a couple of these parts. If you see them for a good price on Amazon for the transducer and the fan, then it might be an idea just to keep a backup so that if it goes wrong that you can easily replace it. I hope this video has helped you. If it did, then please give me a thumbs up. I would love to hear your comments, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!